Hello and welcome to this week's episode of It's a Sure Thing, the live stream show that is going across 50 different platforms, TV on demand through the Binge TV networks. It's going live on LinkedIn, it's going live on a few of my social media pages, and it's all about sharing, connecting, growing, learning through other people and businesses in the community that are making a difference through Enlightened Tribe. Enlightened Tribe is the community making a difference. And it's great to be able to showcase and speak with members of the tribe who are like-minded, who are leading the way by leading by example and living their truth. So it's an absolute pleasure to come here every week and chat with somebody different each week. Thank you all for joining us tonight, and please feel free to invite your friends and family along. Thank you very much. So tonight is all about Dru Yoga. Now, Dru Yoga isn't what you normally think yoga to be. Well, I think yoga to be, with downward dogs and exercises like that. Dru Yoga is actually a really beautiful, gentle movement and flow. And the lady that we've got here tonight to talk to us about Dru Yoga has been an instructor and also instructs meditation, facilitates meditation at the SA Aquatic Centre and also the Kauri Community Centre. She runs a number of retreat weekends. She also has a new workshop that she's been running called Yoga in a Lunchbox workshop, and many other amazing things that this amazing woman, who I've known for quite a few years now and who I have actually asked to come and join me at the retreats that I've been running to do yoga, the Dru Yoga, and also club yoga. So some of you might have heard of this lady with her club yoga fun down at Glenelg on the reserve there. So it gives me great pleasure and excitement to welcome the incredible, the fun, the sassy Dawn Marsh from Always You Yoga and Relaxation.
Hello, how are you? My goodness. Oh, what an introduction. I'm like, who is this person?
It's you, Dawn, and you know you've got this ability to just calm people but also excite them and get them moving, and people who haven't even been able to move for such a long time move at your events. So I just think it's great what you do in all the different ways. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. It's an absolute honour. It's a beautiful joy to be here with you tonight. I was listening to you talk about all the things that I'm doing, and I think, gosh, it just excites me, and I think that's something that, one of the things that I love the most about being a Dru Yoga teacher is that it's just opened me up to be able to express all of these different versions of myself, and that's something that I think that really keeps me engaged and passionate for learning and doing more. So yeah, it's just lots of fun.
Absolutely. So Dawn, can you share with us what's the difference with Dru Yoga? Because it is different, and it's available for all ages. You don't have to be mobile. You can even do it sat on a chair, can't you?
Absolutely. I think, that's one of the differences, is that it is inclusive. It's very inclusive of all ages, all abilities. It's trauma sensitive as well. And how do you describe the difference? I think the way that I describe it, because people come to me all the time in my classes and ask, when they first start, what's the difference between Dru and this and this and this and this? Because there are many, many, many beautiful forms of yoga out there, and I think the way that I describe it is that it's very gentle, it's very accessible, it's really it's very grounding. But I think the thing is that for me, it works on all of the layers of who we are. So we're not just working on the physical, we're not really just working on, emotional layers, but we're also tapping into thought and movement and freedom in the body. So it's about moving energy, I guess, through the body as well. And one of the things that, in a Dru Yoga class specifically, is that it's also about creating community as well. You would know, coming to my classes, I literally have to blow a whistle to get everyone to stop talking, because people walk into the class and they think, I'm not going to know anybody here. But soon, quickly, because of the environment, everyone becomes friends. They support each other. They help each other. They encourage each other. And that is a very Dru thing, I think. And that's one of the things, that I love the most about Dru, is that it's a real community-minded and a very community-based practice, and it comes from the heart, I think, and that is something that is what really drew me to it, and something that sort of keeps me there as well. The practices are very beautiful. They're based on all of the traditional yoga movements, but there's this interwoven, what's the word? It's like it's got an influence, because the original people who designed Dru or created Dru, they come from osteopathic and physiotherapy background. So the format for a Dru Yoga class, that when we're taught how to teach a Dru Yoga class, it brings you through a sort of, you might notice we kind of weave through certain things. And the first thing is that we'll do an activation. We will always warm up the body. We'll get the body moving. We'll get the body settled and grounded by, perhaps we'll shake, or we'll do other things just to, get the body present and get yourself present in the practice as well, which is something that I love. We're not just stepping on the mat and then we go straight into a posture. We warm up the body. Dru has many, they're called energy block release sequences. So they're beautiful sequences that follow the activation. And they can be the foundation one, which is all about, the spine, or opening the heart, or, being present in the moment. It really depends. There's lots of different energy block releases. And then we'll do some stretches specific to how we're going to do some traditional yoga poses. And you'll know that every now and again I do get everyone into downward dog. But the beauty of Dru is that every single posture, every single movement can be modified for the person. And I think that's what makes it really inclusive. And at the end, we'll come into a relaxation, which is, everybody loves that. The relaxations are just so beautifully designed to relax the nervous system and to bring that person back into that state of calm. And one of the beautiful things about Dru is that it is based on, stillness and coming to points of stillness. And, they're the things that really resonate with me, and I love to be able to teach them.
Beautiful. That was beautiful, comprehensive. And as you were talking about that, I was going through the whole, imagining myself being at the aquatic centre and doing what you do. And I love the fact that you might have an idea in your head before you get to class, and you turn up at class and you show up, and then you go, right, it's going to be something completely different, because you're working with the energy in the room. And I love that, because honestly, I feel like you're doing it just for me.
I have to. It's so funny. I have the people that come up to me after every session, and they're like, I don't know how you did it, but you got me again. I have no idea how you got me. And look, I think it is a little bit me, but to be honest, I think it is really the Dru. It's the fact that the languaging, the sequences, the way that we describe things, the way that we move people into the sequences, and the way that we sort of, the languaging is really open, and that comes from that trauma sensitive or that trauma awareness, the way of communicating. And I think that gives naturally everyone that sense of, I can do this. I'm open to this. I'm feeling free to do this. And quite often, I'll have people step into the class and they'll say, I don't lie on my back, or I don't get on the ground, or I don't do any of those things. And I'm, oh, that's okay. That's fine. No problems. It's fine. Let's get you a chair. 2 classes in, I can't get them off the floor. They're on the back. They want to be on the ground. So, they love it. And then they'll come up afterwards and you say, I haven't. The beauty of it is that the amount of times I have people come to me and say, I have not moved like this for years.
Yeah.
And that is, how do you put words to that? You just can't. Helping. It's not me, it's them, and it is the Dru. I'm guiding them through what I've been taught. And for me, that's the greatest pleasure, watching and knowing that people are doing things with their body that they haven't tried or haven't wanted to try or haven't been given maybe that open, supportive space to try for a really long time. It's such a beautiful practice. Yeah.
Well, you are very intuitive and sensitive, beautiful soul, and so you're able to tap into that, and the space you provide is calm and peace as soon as you walk in there. Even though there's lots of chatter going on when you get in and everyone's like saying hello, what you bring to that presence within you is beautiful. And you do it with all the classes, you do it with all the other things that you do as well, and you do an awful lot of stuff, so we'll get onto that in a moment. But Adair has asked a question. Thank you, Adair. Why is it called Dru Yoga? Where does it originate from?
Well, I think one of the things about the name Dru that I always wondered why it was called Dru myself. And Dru is, if you were to look up the name of the North Star, or I've written it down, the Pole Star. So it's in the Northern Hemisphere. We don't see that here in the Southern Hemisphere. It comes from that, really, about the still point in the universe. And so Dru is about the fact that life can be very chaotic and lots happening, but Dru itself brings you into that point of stillness, that still point in the universe that we all whiz around. And that's just, whenever I think about that, and whenever I think myself, I'm human, life gets busy, things get chaotic, I get emotional and all of those sorts of things, but I resonate with that thought that Dru is that still point, and the still point in the universe that, it's almost like when you come into that still, you've had it happen in my classes, I'm sure. I've watched it on your face many times. It's like time slows down and you just you melt. And I hope that explains it, but maybe Google it and have a look.
Oh, that sounds good. Hartley's having a little play.
Yeah, bless him.
So, Dawn, I did want to touch on the fact that you've got a new class that's just started at the Aquatic Centre, and you're doing that on Tuesday mornings out on the lawn.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I certainly can. I can. The class itself, or the classes that I teach at the Aquatic Centre, you can be a casual member, you can join as a member, or you can be casual, so you can come, you don't have to be locked into, being part of the gym. And I've been teaching outdoor yoga classes myself for many, many years. I taught a Saturday morning class for years down at the beach, stunning view. And so I'm teaching outside on a Tuesday morning in their grassy area, because for me, another beautiful thing about Dru is that we've got so many beautiful sequences that are perfectly practiced outside. And so, you can take this beautiful yoga practice literally anywhere. For those of us in South Australia, I've taught a class halfway up Mount Lofty, down at the beach, and in various outdoor locations. I used to do pop-up. When I first started, I did pop-up yoga, and it was just like, oh, let's just do this in the park over here. And there's so many beautiful, flowing, gorgeous, that sometimes they feel a bit Tai Chi-ish, which is lovely for me because I learned Tai Chi for a while. But just being connected to the earth, and I've called it Get Grounded because that's what we're doing. We're getting grounded and, being connected to the earth, and it's really lovely.
Beautiful. And club yoga. Now, you've done club yoga before at Enlighten Adelaide Festival. Now, club yoga is so much fun, and I know I've done a couple of retreat weekends that you've come along to, and we've put the music on, and we've just had a dance off with it. It was so much fun, and it blew people's mind because they're like, oh, we're doing the standard yoga thing, and it's like, no, we're not. Dawn's coming.
No.
That's it. And club yoga you did down at Collie Reserve at Glenelg as part of the council's Get Healthy program. Is that coming back? Is club yoga coming back?
I really hope so. I did club yoga for 3 and a bit seasons for the Holdfast Bay Council. Look, COVID unfortunately sort of put a bit of a stop to that. And so, look, club yoga, just for people who don't know, that was my thing. I created it with a couple of other people. I kind of got some people to help me to put it together. And it's yoga with music, but quite often I'll do the yoga with a DJ, which is heaps of fun. And the reason for that is, I love to dance, and I love to bring that open-hearted fun and joy to people. And again, getting people moving, because, when you're moving your body to music, often you kind of forget that you've even got any discomfort in your body, and all of a sudden you're just really flowing with it. You're having so much fun. You forget that your shoulder hurts and your knee hurts and all these other things, and you walk away and you just feel so good. And so for me, it's about bringing that joy to the community and watching, oh my gosh, there's some of the heart moments for me, watching little kids dancing with their grandma and their mum, and, everyone just having a really beautiful time connecting. I think one time we had up to 200 people, and watching everybody move at the same time. It's just so much. It's such a joy.
Joy.
Can't even describe it. It's just such a joy, and all created in my lounge room.
Brilliant. And I love that. I think it's absolutely fantastic. So, and the other question that Adair had, thank you, was, is it okay for young children and older people? Well, I think you've answered that a few times already. So yeah, it's everybody can do it. Anybody can do it, whatever age. It's never too late, and you're never too young, basically, to get involved.
Absolutely. Look, I have taught classes in aged care homes, and my oldest participant was 101, and she loved it because she said that she really, obviously we're seated and we're doing very gentle movements. She just said that it just made her feel so at peace and so calm, and she never missed a class. And unfortunately, again, I couldn't continue them. But, so obviously, and I used to say to the people in my classes that are 65 or 70, I'm like, well, look, if 101-year-old Edna can do it, I think that you can do it as well. So, you know, it is that beauty of being able to share this with everybody. And Dru Yoga itself, they also have a kids and teens program. So I don't teach children myself, but a lot of my Dru Yoga teacher friends in Adelaide do. And there is a kids and teens Dru Yoga teacher training. I know this because I helped proofread the teacher training manual when it was being created. So, and it's just, yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful program. So good. And being, you know, delivered in schools and all sorts of things. It's such a beautiful thing.
Ah, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. Now, Enlighten Adelaide Festival, I keep kind of plugging this each week because I want people to come along. It's free. It's next Saturday, the 4th of December, and you are going to be there offering a free come and try Dru Yoga class.
I might throw some funky music in there as well, I think, you know, like just to have a bit of fun. It's a festival, right? So
absolutely.
You know,
sounds like it. Yeah. So you don't know what to expect. Turn up, take your shoes off, be on the grass, barefoot, under the marquee, open walled marquee. It's a beautiful stretch marquee.
Yeah, fantastic. Look, you know, again, putting the feet in the earth, being out in the open air, being surrounded by an abundance of pranic energy, which is just so glorious for the body, you know, like your body just soaks that up. And look, I don't know what I haven't thought about what I'm actually going to teach yet. I'm just going to turn up. But I know that it'll be fun, and I know that anyone can come and do it, and I hope that they do. I've been talking to people about it, and I love it when familiar faces join and people that I haven't seen for a really long time, they can't make it to my classes and they come and they land in front of me. It's just, yeah, it's so wonderful. It's really good. So, yeah, 1:30, is that right, Sue? Is that when
Yeah, 1:30 till 2 at Partridge House, 38 Partridge Street, Glenelg, and Saturday the 4th of December. It's free entry. The come and try classes are free. We've got free workshops. We've even got the big Santa man himself coming. So yeah, it's going to be fantastic and a great way just to reconnect with community, to be outdoors. We have got stalls inside as well. So if you've never been to Partridge House, just to come along to see the venue alone is well worth it. So bring a picnic, and there's food, there's drinks, there's absolutely everything. It's going to be glorious, absolutely glorious. So, and the other thing I wanted to touch on is your yoga in a lunchbox workshops. Is that right? Have I got that right? Yoga in a lunchbox?
Well, it's yoga lunchbox. I don't want to correct you, but you know, yoga lunchbox. We ran the first one on Sunday, and they are just again another beautiful offering for busy people. And you know, especially for now that, you know, some people are working from home, some people are working in the office. Life is very diverse and different at the moment. So we wanted to provide some opportunities for people to perhaps learn some things that they could do at home to stay energized and grounded, but you could do it at work if you wanted, or out in the park if you wanted. So, you know, you could mix it up. But also I teamed with absolutely amazing lady, Andrea Ball, and her business is The Green Gourmet here in Adelaide. So you can look that up, The Green Gourmet. And Andrea took us through some absolutely scrumptious cooking demonstrations, and we got to make our own. And it's about healthy, portable meals. So easy to make, very highly nutritious, and literally once they're made, you can just grab them from the fridge. They're pre-made. They last for, 4 days to 5 days. Grab them from the fridge, take them to work, put hot water through them. Scrumptious. So, yeah, just that concept of being able to nurture yourself with food and with beautiful yoga and meditation practices wherever you are, whether that's home, office, at the beach, on top of a mountain.
On holiday.
What was that?
On holiday, if you're going on holiday, you want to
holiday.
take some stuff, pack some stuff. Yeah,
Absolutely.
perfect.
Yeah. The recipe is just so easy and so nutritious that you can literally have it all packed and take it with you. So, and the concept with that is that, if you've got all of that prepared and you know that you're going to nurture yourself, well, you're less likely just to eat, some things that are not really going to be, nurturing for you. But also, if you've got your meal sorted, well, then maybe you might think, well, I've got some time, so I'm going to practice some of these things that I've learnt. Yeah.
Fabulous. Well done. Congratulations. You're always coming up with new creations, which I love that. I love that. And you're always leading by example and making a difference in people's life, which is what Enlightened Tribe is all about. And we can keep showcasing amazing people like yourself. It's a joy to spread some wonderful news.
One more thing that you might not know that I'm doing at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've teamed up with Sadie from Serenity and Sunflowers, Just Be. You've met her. She's amazing. Actually, the lady that got me involved in the Holdfast Council in the first place. So our relationship's been going for quite some time. And Sadie is a health and wellness coach and has written a book. And so we are going to run some Wellness Your Way sessions. And we've got two booked, one in February and one in March next year at the Kauri Community Centre. And it'll be a conversation and some beautiful opportunity to learn some things and combine that with the beautiful flowing Dru Yoga. So I can't wait for those. They'll be beautiful.
That's brilliant. Well, hopefully Sadie will be bringing that information to the Enlighten Adelaide Festival because she's got a stall there.
That's absolutely correct. And she will be bringing that information with her.
Perfect. And then if anybody wants to get in touch with you, Dawn, you've got your Always You Yoga and Relaxation Facebook page.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And Instagram. So pretty much Facebook and Instagram, it's the same thing at Always You Yoga. And you can find all of my events when I put them up there. My events will be there and where you can find me for classes as well. So
excellent. And you can also find Dawn's details on sushaw.com.au in the Global Wellness Directory, Enlightened Tribe Directory. So all of her information and profile is on there too. So yay, awesome. So we will see you next Saturday, the 4th of December. Thank you everyone for joining. If you were joining live tonight or if you're watching the replay, thank you, Dawn. It's been an absolute delight as always. Can't wait to come to Dru Yoga class again.
Hopefully I'll see you on Tuesday or Thursday next week. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me on. See you. Good night.
Namaste.